The story begins on a rain-washed Tuesday in the small coastal town of Solace Bay, where the waves hiss against the rocks like 1,000 tiny secrets. Dr. Elias Rowan, a silver-haired psychiatrist with tired yet compassionate eyes, is making his weekly rounds at Harborview Community Center. He believes, no, he knows, that food is more than fuel. It is conversation between the body and the mind. His mission today is simple on paper, yet monumental in practice. Convince a roomful of weary souls that what they place on their plates can lighten what they carry in their hearts. Among the dozen folding chairs sits Margaret Maggs Nguyen, 66, a retired librarian whose laugh used to echo down the fiction aisles until insomnia and low-grade depression stole the soundtrack of her life. Next to her is Jordan, a 30-year-old graphic designer whose anxiety crackles like static electricity in every unspoken silence. Beside him, 11-year-old Serena fidgets with a fraying friendship bracelet. She's missed nearly a month of school because panic attacks ambush her each dawn. They have little in common except a stubborn belief that something inside them is broken. Dr. Rowan opens with a story. In 1825, a French lawyer named Brillat Savarin wrote, "Tell me what you eat, and I will tell you what you are." When I was your age, he says, nodding at Serena, I thought that was about waistlines. Now I know it's about headlines, the news ticker that runs across the mind. The room quiets. The storm outside fades beneath the storm within. He pulls a vivid illustration out of his leather briefcase, a cartoonish map of a small farming village labeled Gut Microbiome. Tiny roads branch into neighborhoods with signs like Serotonin Street and Dopamine Drive. The microbes in your intestines are little chemists, he explains. They brew neurotransmitters that travel up the Vegas highway straight to your brain. Feed them well and they build cathedrals of calm. Starve them or drown them in sugar and they riot. Maggs's eyebrows rise. She's spent decades proofreading romance novels, but never considered the romance between yogurt and neurons. Dr. Rowan sees the spark and fans it. He speaks of fermented foods, kimchi, kefir, sauerkraut, calling them peace treaties in a jar. He references a 2024 meta-analysis showing a 45% reduction in social anxiety symptoms among adults who consumed probiotic-rich foods 4 times a week for 3 months. Jordan's pencil scribbles the phrase peace treaties in bold. The doctor shifts to omega-3 fatty acids, likening them to the oil that quiets a squeaky door hinge inside the amygdala. He recounts a veteran named Carlos, whose nightmares halved after replacing fried snacks with grilled salmon, flaxseed, and walnuts. EPA and DHA, Dr. Rowan says, tapping the whiteboard, aren't optional add-ons. They're structural components of neuron membranes. Think of your brain as a concert hall. If the walls are built with cheap plywood, every trumpet blast echoes as anxiety. But line those walls with acoustic-grade cedar, omega-3s, and the same music becomes harmonious. Serena raises a timid hand. What about candy? Sometimes it's the only thing that makes me feel good. The doctor kneels so their eyes level. Sugar is a charming thief, he answers. It breaks into your house wearing a friendly grin, drops a confetti bomb of dopamine, and tiptoes away with your serotonin wallet. Moments later, you feel emptier than before. But sweetness can come from fruit, dark chocolate with flavonoids, cinnamon roasted almonds, treats that gift joy without pickpocketing peace. The afternoon unfolds like a tapestry. Dr. Rowan leads a sensory exercise with sliced oranges. He asks everyone to inhale the citrus aroma, then notice how saliva pools, signaling digestion even before the first bite. What your nose detects, he says, your hippocampus remembers. Sense can tether you to hope. Maggs chews slowly. The juicy brightness stirs memories of reading storybooks under a childhood mandarin tree. She feels a fleeting lift, proof that nostalgia is a nutrient too. Next comes the bitter truth about ultra-processed foods. He displays 2 photographs, one of a glowing Mediterranean platter, olive oil-dappled tomatoes, herbs, sardines, and another of a monochrome fast food spread. He recounts the SMILES trial where participants with major depressive disorder shifted to a whole-food Mediterranean diet and 32% entered remission within 12 weeks. No guilt trips here, he assures them. This isn't about moral purity, it's about biochemical poetry. When the body receives color, fiber, phytonutrients, the brain receives rhyme, rhythm, resolve. Jordan, flooded with deadlines and coffee, confesses that breakfast is usually an energy drink and donut. The doctor suggests overnight oats with chia, blueberries, and a drizzle of honey. Complex carbs feed your gut microbes gradually, he explains. They release tryptophan, the brick for serotonin, and keep blood sugar steady so anxiety has no sugar rush to surf. A crack of thunder punctuates his next point. Hydration. Even 2% dehydration shrinks brain tissue the way a plum becomes a prune, he says, handing out stainless steel water bottles. Every neurotransmitter floats in fluid. Sip, and you raise the river that ferries messages of calm. As afternoon light softens, Dr. Rowan invites testimony. Mags confesses a nightly habit of cheese puffs and true crime podcasts. No wonder she can't sleep. He recommends chamomile tea with magnesium-rich pumpkin seeds and an episode of a comedy show instead. A lullaby for the gut flora, he jokes. He guides them through a brief meditation he calls the garden walk. Eyes closed, they visualize planting seeds of spinach, blueberries, and almonds in a mental garden. With each exhale, they water the soil. With each inhale, they witness sprouts of clarity. Serena later admits it was the first time in weeks she felt safe inside her own head. Before dismissal, he hands out mood menu worksheets. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, hydration, and a column labeled color score. Gray plates lead to gray moods, he quips. Fill your day with a rainbow, and you'll paint your mind in Technicolor. The weeks that follow trace a slow-motion miracle. Jordan swaps soda for sparkling water with lime and peppermint leaves. His afternoon panic spikes dwindle. Serena and her mother batch-cook lentil soup scented with turmeric. Its curcumin crossing the blood-brain barrier like a tiny firefighter dousing neuroinflammation. She returns to school, presenting a science fair poster titled My Gut Garden. Mags donates her pantry of processed snacks to a neighbor, teenage gamer, and experiments with avocado toast sprinkled with chili flakes. Her laughter resurfaces like a long-lost melody. Yet healing is not linear. On a windswept Thursday, Serena arrives shaking, having eaten only fries for lunch. Dr. Rowan doesn't scold. He listens. He reminds her that fries are potatoes are plants. And even plants eaten in isolation are lonely. Pair them with protein next time, he suggests, so the carb roller coaster turns into a gentle carousel. Meanwhile, Dr. Rowan keeps a log. He notes that the group's collective mood dips correlate with holiday candy sales and skyrocket after farmers' market weekends. He presents these findings in session 9, proving to them with their own lives that data isn't just numbers. It's a mirror. One rainy evening, Mags corners him near the coat rack. Is this all placebo? She asks. He chuckles. Placebo is still the mind healing the body. If belief can mend the flesh, imagine what belief plus nutrients can do. By month 3, the community center buzzes. They host a potluck titled Recipes for Resilience. Tables bloom with quinoa-stuffed bell peppers, Greek yogurt parfaits, dark leafy green salads jeweled with pomegranate seeds. Dr. Rowan observes Serena explaining to a skeptical retiree how fiber feeds butyrate-producing bacteria that calm the gut lining. The skeptic nods, impressed. The final meeting arrives under crisp autumn sunlight. Dr. Rowan begins not with a lecture, but a question. What have you learned that surprised you? Jordan says he never knew breakfast could be therapy. Mags admits she thought age sealed her fate, yet here she stands, sleeping through the night. Serena says her panic isn't a monster, it's a messenger asking for proper fuel. Dr. Rowan closes with a metaphor. Your mind is a cathedral with stained glass windows. Food is the light that shines through. You can pick colors of gloom, grays, blacks, or colors of glory, amber, sapphire, emerald. Every bite is a brushstroke on the window pane of consciousness. He hands each participant a small seed packet, basil for serenity, sunflower for optimism, lavender for grace. Plant it, he says. Let your garden remind you that nourishment is both verb and noun. They linger in the doorway, inhaling the mingled scents of herbal tea and hope. Outside, gulls wheel over the bay, and the once ominous gray sea now looks silver, a reflection of newly brightened minds. The story doesn't end. It germinates. As they step into the world, every forkful becomes a choice to cultivate internal weather. Every grocery list a blueprint for mental architecture. Every shared meal a peace talk between neurons. And somewhere inside each of them, a petite community of microbes dances, grateful for the feast, eager to compose the next gentle symphony of calm.